Okay, so this is the screen that I'm going to see when I log in here. We've just got a couple quick examples up, but this dashboard view here is completely configurable, not only for the company, but by each user as well. So each user, when they log in, will see the KPIs that are important to them. There's more real estate, as you can see here. So there's, an infinite number that we can actually add here. I'm going to go ahead and create a new job and go through that workflow really quickly here. So if I hit new job, if for some reason we're entering new customers directly into AgileField, we could hit new customer, enter their information, and continue on scheduling a job. If we have a CRM or an ERP system in place, we're typically going to hit existing customer here because then this information is going to be pulling over from CRM. So I'm just going to hit AgileField as an example here. And then I'm going to go a little bit quickly over the customer record here. Just to give everyone an idea of the data that we're able to store within our system and how that might work with the CRM. So something to note as well is as we look at some of these screens, we're going to see quite a few fields on a few of them. Just keep in mind that we can turn on or off any of these different fields if they're not going to be used. So we're going to have some basic information up top here, company name, account number, basic point of contact, customer type. So I have two examples in here, commercial or real estate, but this is something that's user defined and just a grouping mechanism for your different classifications of customers that you may have. Parent customer we'll see here, so we can accommodate the parent-child hierarchy. That's going to go n levels deep, so however you have it set up in the CRM, we can pull that information over in the same fashion into our system. We're going to have basic contact information, so email, different phone numbers, and then lastly, we're going to have division over here. So this is commonly used for geographic location or maybe different areas of a city or a state or a region that you cover. So as an example, I have a couple cities that are close to the Phoenix area where we're based here. So these are all user defined, and again, it's kind of a grouping mechanism, and we'll look at what that looks like on the scheduler view when we get there. Down below here, we're going to have some more basic information. So address, billing address, if that's going to be different. Flex fields, so this is really just our custom field section here, so we can have custom groupings, different questions or inputs, things like that. So it can be single line text, multi-line text, dates, numbers, drop downs, check boxes, things like that. This is something that we have across all the major business objects within the system. So anything like customers, any users, jobs, materials, equipment, things like that. So anything that we do not have in our system already, we can add here. It's going to work as a normal field. So from a reporting perspective, they're available. And then more importantly, from integrations as well. So if we're looking at this basic information up here and you're thinking we have a zillion custom fields in our CRM, no problem. We commonly add quite a few down here. I've just got a few examples in. Notes we can store on a customer record. I can also designate any as an alert, meaning that it's going to pop up on a mobile device when someone's doing a job for this customer. So that's commonly used for something like a gate code, maybe a warning of a dog in a backyard, maybe the person prefers a call on the way, things like that. So it'll automatically pop up for the people in the field. Job notes and history are going to be previous entries on the past jobs that have been worked. We can always click in here to drill down further, but it's giving us a quick snapshot here of what's been going on for that customer. Equipment and any serialized materials, so it's going to show us what's on site at this customer location. Contacts, we can store multiple contacts under a customer record. So just like you have in your CRM, we can store those contacts here. Any purchase orders we can burn down against within our system. So if we assign specific jobs to a PO, it'll start to burn down against that PO here. And then any tasks, we can task other users within the AgileField platform to do specific things like calls, maybe resending invoices. All of this is going to be user defined, so it's very configurable depending on what makes sense for your process. If I go ahead and hit next here, I'm just going to continue on to the scheduler. Actually, we're going to input some more details about the job here. So I can put in a longer description. So maybe if we're on the phone with someone and they're explaining, what's going wrong, we can type that in here. That's going to be visible on the mobile device as well. Any reference numbers that might be applicable, any POs that we might need to burn down against, a requested date or time. We can add any equipment or vehicles we might need to add. We can add any contracts. So if there's different contract prices for a customer, those will pop up here. And we can designate a specific contact as well. So if Jen's calling in this time versus the main point of contact, we can designate here that Jen gets the correspondence throughout this job. And then this is a larger notes field where we can input any notes that we want them to see in the mobile device as well. If I hit quick job here, I'm just going to pick an example of a maintenance job here. Something to keep in mind is this is really going to act as a job template. So because I picked maintenance, we're going to send out a certain cadence of customer communication, meaning maybe for maintenance jobs, we tell the customers that we're on our way, but for repair jobs, maybe we don't. So this job template is really going to drive a lot of things like that. And most importantly, it's going to have certain forms or certain questions pop up in the field, and then any billable items that might pertain to this particular type of work. So if I hit save here, I'm going to go ahead and schedule this job. So now we've arrived at our scheduler view here. So this is where people that are dispatching jobs are going to spend most of their time. We'll see the job I just scheduled up here. And again, the easiest way is just to drag and drop it down to a user. Keep in mind, I can move things around. So until they're being worked, I can move this job from user to user. You'll also see that it defaulted to about an hour and a half. That's because I picked a maintenance job. So depending on the types of work that you do, there's typically a planned time for that job. So it's going to default there. But we can always make it longer or shorter depending on what we're hearing on the phone or what we already know about this customer and things like that. So we'll get a good look down here at the different users on the schedule. You'll see that they're broken out by different skills or certifications. So again, these are user defined. I just have a few examples in here like customer service, field tech, repairs, things like that. So people can have multiple skills. We just designate one that's going to be their default for the scheduler view here. These gray bars are going to indicate when people are unavailable. So most people here, it looks like, are working 8 to 5, and then we've got some working 6 to 6. It's just going to give a clear indication of when people are available for work. So really, it's just going to be whatever shift they're typically working. If they're on call, there's no gray at all, and you can schedule them whenever you need to. The different colors down here are going to indicate the different job statuses. So as an example, red's going to be complete, green's going to be on site, blues if they have to be off site for some reason, yellowish colors in transit. This purple is going to mean they've acknowledged the job, and the gray ones are just scheduled, but no one's acknowledged or started work on them yet. We do have a status legend, over here on the side. So it's always referenceable there, but you'll get a really good idea of what's going on in the field. You'll become really familiar with these colors and kind of have a quick glimpse at what's going on in real time. We have a number of different filters over here on the side as well. So we can filter down by a specific project or maybe a customer. The most commonly used filter is going to be this divisions one here. So as an example, if I select the Chandler division, now I'm only going to see jobs that are in Chandler and then users that are in that Chandler division. If I hit Phoenix, I'm going to see the same thing, jobs for Phoenix and users for Phoenix. And then same with Scottsdale. So you'll see this change depending on the division that I'm choosing here. Do keep in mind that I'm logged in as a super user, so I'm able to see all these divisions here. But if I were Mia Ham and I'm in Scottsdale, when I log in, I'll only see jobs and employees that are in Scottsdale. So that's a quick glimpse at scheduling a job there. Up top is all the jobs here that we still need to schedule down below. But down here, again, is going to give us just a quick real-time glimpse of what's going on in the field. We also have a week and a month view if you do multi-day jobs or longer-term jobs. And we can jump around here and look at previous or future days here as well on this calendar view.